Constructing your life is about much more than just building a bank account. Each week, join real estate entrepreneur and mindset coach Austin Linney as he interviews guests who are constructing their dream lives and impacting the world around them on a daily basis. If you're an entrepreneur or wanting to start a business, or you just want to hear motivating stories of how others have overcome the odds, you are in the right place. And now for your host, Austin Linney.
Welcome to Construct Your Life, everybody. This is Austin Linney. I have the honor. This is the hottest thing since sliced bread. You've never met anybody more on fire than my dude, Andres. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Austin?
I'm doing good. So it's crazy. We run in the same circles. We've talked briefly, but we haven't really met. So I get to kind of hear your story. So we'll kind of walk through it. But what I like to do with my guests is kind of let them start their story where they want to, and then we'll go from there.
Perfect. Let's get the ball rolling then. So I was born in El Paso, Texas, and I went to Austin when I was 19. That's when UT Austin started. So that's why I moved to Austin at the age of 19. And I started working as a leasing agent. My previous job had been as a lifeguard in El Paso. It was a dope job. I loved it. And I don't know. I was like, you know what? Let me be a lifeguard again. I applied to get a lifeguard job, and they're like, you need to renew your license. So I said, you know what? There's an opportunity in disguise. I believe in the right vibrations, the law of attraction. So one of my friends, I think a month or 2 weeks later, came to me and was like, hey, Andres, there's this realtor job that I think you'd be great at, and you should look into it. So I love the fact that it was independence and all of the things that real estate offered. Screw it. Let's do it. So I interviewed for the job, got the job as a leasing agent at UT Austin at the age of 19. Right now I'm 24. And I did leasing throughout my whole college career. I had several internships in commercial real estate, but I love the leasing side of it. Freshman year, sophomore year weren't the best, but when I say weren't the best, they were actually great because I learned a lot. Might have not have reached my goals, but I love to think about 50% what you learn. The other 50% is really getting your goals. So learned a lot. Junior and senior year were awesome for leasing. All the money I made, I was able to pay for my college and also for my housing. So I told my parents that they didn't have to send me money anymore, and I was super happy about that. It was one of my really big goals. I was able to achieve that, and I was also able to sell a $1 million condo as a junior when I was 20. So that was freaking amazing. And I was just like, wow, the power of referrals and just doing a good job as a leasing agent. So, wow, it was insane. So from there, I graduated at the age of 22 or 23, and I really wanted to do this full time. So I was like, I need a team. I need great mentors and whatnot. Stumbled upon Diego Corzo's Bigger Pockets podcast, and he said he was in Austin. So I was like, damn, got to reach out to him. So I sent him a DM, and he was like, yeah, let's meet up. We met up, and the rest is history. I'm on Diego's team right now. First 10 months, I sold 15 houses, and I have 14 under contract right now. So super stoked. I love working with Diego. He's an awesome guy. And I've met great people like yourself.
No, I love that. And we're going to unpack that whole thing. And I want to say something because I've interviewed Diego. We're friends, obviously. And I've interviewed Christian. And now I'm interviewing you. I don't know if it's your parents. I don't know if it's the culture of the Hispanic community. I've spent a lot of time in San Antonio. I worked 20 years in the restaurant business. So I'm surrounded by Hispanics most of my life. There's no complaints from y'all. It's about work and seeing, and I'm not saying everybody's this way, but seeing the positive things in life and just getting to work while you have another group of people, a large majority of people, whoever they are just complaining about the things they don't have instead of, I think y'all are focused on the things that you do have and constantly getting better. Am I correct?
That's true. I mean, these past 2 years have been life-changing for me. And I feel like if you whatever you focus on expands. If you focus on the negative, that's going to expand. So, I mean, focusing on the positive, and it's not like, oh, super positive, but you need to know where to draw that line. And you really focus on the negative, that's going to expand. Say, for example, I have a grudge on someone from 2 years ago. How is that going to help me if I have a grudge on someone? It's not really going to help me whatsoever. So I've just been so grateful for the blessings that I've had, which are many, and which before maybe I might not have been as grateful for. I mean, something as simple as being able to have a roommate and talk to people, which I take for, it's as simple as that. Because nowadays, maybe someone doesn't have a roommate and they're alone and they're like, damn, I need human interaction, which is something that now with a pandemic, it just puts it into perspective.
No, it does, man. It's so the truth. I was talking to a coaching client last night. But what I want to do is I want to unpack. I want to start first because I don't think I've ever had somebody that started out in leasing, because I know I meet a lot of young kids that get into real estate and the first thing they say is, I want to sell $1 million house. But you didn't do that in the first month. So talk about what you believe are the benefits, to starting out that way and learning the business.
Oh, yeah. I mean, with this, it's really about, if you fail, it won't be as big as a home sale or something, I mean, failing is really essential to anything. But with this, the leasing side of it, I really learned how to talk to people, to learn the lingo of real estate, and to learn how to ask the great questions to from there really get what people need and not really what they want, because there's a difference between something you want and something you really need. So I learned the lingo of real estate. I learned how to do property tours, how to talk to property managers, how to speak with sales reps, and how to best position myself so that I was the person that it's like, hey, Andres, there's a sale going on for this and that. The first person I'm going to reach out to is Andres. So from there, I also knew how to build referral networks and just be the go-to person for all of my groups at UT Austin. So it's probably the perfect stepping stone, or just anything related to real estate, any job you have in real estate. If you want to do something inherently in real estate, if you have prior knowledge and have a position in maybe sales or something like that, it'll definitely skyrocket your career as opposed to not really knowing beforehand.
100%. And so what started the transition into traditional home sales in a difference, which was March of this year, correct?
Yes, March of 2020. Yeah.
Sounds like a perfect time to get started in real estate.
Oh, I know, right? With the pandemic and all. But see, I mean, it's putting everything into perspective. So with this, I started doing sale. Well, let's go back a little. Graduated in May of 2019 when I was 23. And yes, 2019 when I was 23. And I didn't really know what to do, honestly. I wanted to do commercial real estate or residential. And I was like, shoot, commercial real estate. I already had an internship with JLL, position that I would be making maybe 60 or 70K. And it's assured salary. And then from there, I'd want to be a broker. So with that, it's assurances. And then with the real estate residential, there's no assurances. You might not sell a home in 3 months and you might sell 3 in 1 month. So with this, I was like really looking into myself and my goals. And the whole summer of 2019, I remember reading a lot of books, listening to Bigger Pockets. That's the first time I learned about Bigger Pockets, surprisingly, in the summer of 2019. Read a lot, did a lot of due diligence, got back to Austin. I stayed as a leasing agent with Housing Scout, which was a great company when I was with, well, still is, but a great company. And in November, I remember 2019, I listened to Bigger Pockets in the mornings whenever I did my Miracle Morning, and I stumbled upon Diego's podcast. Like I had said, I reached out to him, and that's when I decided, you know what, I want to try residential, maybe 3 months with a team. I had another offer with another team, but I really liked Diego's. So I decided to stick with Diego's. And I was like, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Let's see if I stick with this. And thankfully, dude, it's been amazing. I mean, I got to sell a home my first 2 weeks on the team, or first week. But then I didn't sell a home until maybe a month. And then I sold one condo. And then I didn't sell anything for 2 months. But then it started picking up consistency. 4 months into it, I think I had 3 other homes, and now it's like I have 14 under contract and then just more home sales. So it's all about consistency.
So I wanna unpack this because there's a theory I have. No, screw that. A theory. I know it's for true because it's worked in my life and it's worked in your life. Yes, there are courses out there, and you could say what you want about certain courses. You could say what you want about other courses. But what I do know is that proximity is power. And technically, when you're getting into a mastermind or paying for a course, you're paying for the network of said course.
Oh, yeah.
So I want you to elaborate on how you think being surrounded by people like Diego and Nino and this team of just people that support your growth has done for your career in a short amount of time.
Oh my gosh, it's skyrocketed it. I mean, with this, your network is your net worth. It's so true. I mean, and also like the saying goes, you are the 5 people you most surround yourself with, something like that. I 100% believe in that. 2 years ago, I would have probably said this is BS. Like, who really believes in this? But now it's like, wow, the growth mindset and just being with people that are killing it. I think I started with 15 sales. I'm happy with that. But at the same time, I'm like, shit, I can do more. So I love the fact that Diego sold like 59 homes this year.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. And Victor sold like 57 or 58 around there. So I'm like, dude, being with these people, we have a call every Monday at 9 a.m. And I remember they're like, how many do you guys have under contract? And Diego and Victor Victor leads the call, but he's like, oh yeah, I have 18. And then Diego's like, oh yeah, I have 19 or 17. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, I have 1 or 2. So just being with them and them pushing me like, Andres, you can do this. Like, don't give up. And now it's like, I'm like, yes, I have 13, 14 and I want more, because this is helping people achieve their goals. So, oh my gosh, it's incredible what surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals like yourself and the people you have, the mastermind that you had. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I met really great people and some of them have been on your podcast. So it's just been amazing to surround myself with people that think the same.
Yeah, we're having another one on February 6th. And so
oh, hell yeah.
It's one of those things where this is what I want to unpack for you because you are young. What kept you being in that room, them saying 15 deals, 18 deals, I'm closing, and just being surrounded by players like that? How did you dig in and work harder instead of cower backwards and feel like you don't, I think there's an option. Either you lean into that and dig into the uncomfortableness and work harder, or you do the opposite. And I'm just trying to understand how you worked against that.
I would say some of it was like the unwavering faith that it wasn't really a matter of if it's going to happen, it's when, and being consistent with what I did. So in regards to real estate though, it's really kind of narrowing down your niche. And with me, I was like, shit, I like am talking about real estate with everyone. And like, maybe I'm targeting this and then this and that. So it's so important to at first, when you're barely getting into real estate, narrow down your niche. Mine is house hackers, first time home buyers between the ages of like 20 to 30 with new builds. That's like, I've narrowed that down. And from there, now that I've narrowed it down and I know my audience, whenever I speak on Instagram, it's so important to have that avatar. You speak to them. And from there, you start getting referrals. And it's not just going to be that niche. It's going to be, since you've done a great job, it's going to be other people. And because you narrow down your niche, you focus on that. From there, you get more and more people. So I feel like it was really finding what my niche was at first. Mm-hmm. And speaking with Diego and Victor and them telling me about their experiences that, dude, this is normal. Don't worry about it. It'll come. Just getting those reassurances helped me so much. And LC as well. He's been great. Victor's brother.
Yeah. I mean, there are people around you that you look up to and respect, same as my mentors, that see something in you that maybe you can't see in yourself. And sometimes you have to cling on to their belief until your own belief catches up.
How crazy is that? That it's like, dude, you see something in someone else and it's like, you don't see it in yourself. And it's crazy the stories that we tell ourselves and the limiting beliefs that we have that we're so attached to with just a change of the mindset. Writing down those limiting beliefs and seeing that it's not true can just change all of that. It's so crazy how the mind works.
I was on a podcast yesterday and she asked me, she said, what do you do for your coaching clients? I said, it's nothing special. She goes, you're just going to say it like that? I said, all I'm doing is taking a diamond, clearing out the dust and the dirt, changing their perspective, and unlocking the greatness that's already inside them. We always have, all of us have something that's inside of them. I just have to get them out of their own way.
How crazy is that? I mean, if I would have heard this podcast when I was younger, I'd have been like, what the hell is Andres saying?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, geez, this is so crazy how the mind, it's 90% like what's in your head, or 99%.
Because ultimately, I've been digging a lot into daily habits and just kind of understanding how the mind works. And we think that all these things are overnight successes, but these little small actions we take. One of my favorite books I read is Slight Edge. And he said, the problem is that these daily actions are they're so easy to do, but they're really easy not to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Those little moments is that little shift one way or the other, and you're going to go. And which way are you going to go? Are you going to keep those promises to yourself?
Oh, yeah. And it's just insane. Inherently, all the limiting beliefs we have is because we're staying within our comfort zone. Say, for example, someone's single and they want to be with someone or something. But inherently, it's like, I'm single and I feel comfortable because I get to stay at home since I'm single. I don't maybe have to take care of myself because I don't have someone that's taking care of me, kind of, So it's all something that's deeply rooted inside, which is pretty insane.
100%. So you get the first couple of deals under contract. Talk about, from a new investor or a new agent, in those first 8 months, 9 months, what are the 1, 2, 3, 4 things that they need to be focused on to stay in their lane and get success? What do you think are those rock bed foundational tasks they need to be doing?
I would say for sure to get a team. Firstly, that's so important. And I attribute a lot of that to the success of that I've had. I mean, we've touched a lot of it. Being with like-minded individuals, reaching out to agents that are killing it and asking them what they do and what they would change if they could. That's what I would do. I would listen to a podcast every day. I legit did this for like 2 months. Every day I'd listen to Real Estate Rockstars with Aaron Amichistegi. Every agent that was on it, I would send them a text and get on a call with them and ask them what they recommend I do. Mm-hmm. I did that for like 2 months and I met a lot of great people and got great advice. Mm-hmm. So get advice from the best, join a team, and then ask your friends. It's like, dude, what do you think I am great at? Ask 5 really, really good friends, write those top 3 things down, and you're going to see a common denominator. When you see that common denominator, it's like, hey, maybe you're an analytical person or something. Okay, start focusing a lot on the analytical people and maybe create spreadsheets or something that adds value to those people to where they'll start going with you as a realtor. So focus on your strengths and ask friends, because you might not really see what you're great at, but your friends will.
Well, it's so important. My assistant, who we work together, and I teach him real estate, and he we work and all these things, and he's part of my team. He's more spreadsheet, more introverted, not as outgoing, but very funny. And I was like, hey, you don't have to like become the best networker in the world. Your boss is the number one. Like,
hell yeah.
And he was like, oh shit, this is awesome. He's like, I don't have to like work on the things. I was like, no. So I want you to ask yourself, guys, who's listening to this, are you actually focused on tasks and daily actions that fit who you are as a person? Or are you trying to be somebody that you're not? And if you're trying to be somebody you're not, it probably feels a little weird. And that's maybe because it's probably not the right thing.
For sure. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. And so you have a good year where, the market dictates some of that. Obviously, Austin is expanding, Austin is growing. And you've got all these houses under contract moving forward. You know, you're young still, you've had a great start. Where's the mind go? What's the focus moving forward? Investing wise, stuff like that. What are you thinking?
Yes. So currently I have 3 investment properties. The goal was 2 or more for this year. So I'm very happy to say that I got 3. And now the goal is, with the investments being financially free, which I'm pretty sure is almost everyone's goal with that. So I want to get a 10 to 50 apartment complex, 10 to 50 unit apartment complex in Metro Austin or San Antonio.
Mhm.
That's one of my big goals. And then from there to help 50 families by the end of this year. Those are like my top 2 goals for this year.
And somebody, what kind of investments are those first three investments?
So the first one is a house hack, which I'm living in right now. I have 3 other roommates, and with those 3 roommates,
Can you explain to us what a house hack is in your terms?
of course. So house hacking, whenever you buy a house, you have a mortgage. The bank is lending you money in order to pay for the rest of the house that you didn't pay. So that mortgage typically is a 30-year mortgage, 360 payments. So each payment, that's part of the mortgage. So I live in a house that's 4 bedrooms. I live for free in this bedroom. The other 3 bedrooms I'm renting out. With that rent, I'm getting $2,150 per month, and my mortgage is $1,850. So I'm living for free plus getting a cash flow.
Okay, I love it. And what are the other two investments?
The other one is another house hack, and the third is an investment property.
Okay. And one of the things that I love about you and Diego's strategy, and I was just talking to Cassie about this last night, because I'm teaching myself and I'm going to do it this year.
Hell yeah.
I love the new construction play.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I love it so much. So if we could just spend a couple minutes, because I don't think people understand. I pulled apart
Crazy.
1910 homes. I don't think people understand the benefits of new construction. So let's walk through investors, people looking to buy their first home. Just walk me through the benefits that you see, because I know when I watch your social media, that's all you're talking about.
Yeah. New builds are like my go-to. I love new builds. And it's just so crazy the flexibility that they offer. Say, for example, it's like, oh, Andres, I want to buy a property and I know the Austin prices are just going up. And oh, shit, what do I do? But my lease ends in 8 months. Perfect. All right. Let's look into new builds, because remember, once you get a property under contract with a new build, which means that you submit an earnest deposit. With a new build, and you just have to submit an earnest deposit. You get the home off the market, you lock the price in. So an earnest deposit, I've been seeing in the east of I-35 anywhere from $500 to $3,000. That's all you have to put to lock the price. You lock that price in, and then the builder tells you this home won't be finished until 8 months. So you've already locked your price in. So within 8 months, the chances of your property being worth maybe 40,000 more in the market like Austin are very high. So you lock your price in with $500. You also get lender incentives if you go with the preferred lender, which typically is like 2% of the closing costs. On a resale, you have to pay a lot of closing costs, usually 1 to 3% of the purchase price. So once you close on the property, that's when you have to pay your down payment. But now you're looking at maybe 50,000 in home value increase. So let me give you an example. My friend Otoniel, he got this is crazy. He put an earnest deposit of 3,000 for a home that was worth 305,000 at that moment. This is 6 months ago. 6 months pass, he closes on his home on November 17th. That home, the same exact home, is now selling for 360,000. So the guy made 54,000 in equity. How crazy is that?
Well, I've got to call a client as soon as we get off this, because he wants to buy a home. So
It's
dude, he's like, I'm gonna wait.
insane.
He's like, I'm gonna wait. I got
No,
31
no,
exchange.
no,
I
no,
said,
no.
no. Now I realize I got to call him right now. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, imagine this. Worst case, you lose your earnest. But if look, if you're a smart guy, at me as an agent, I'm like, you know what, Austin, don't lose earnest. Let's close on the home. I'll put the down payment, then I'll sell it right away. Dude,
Mhm.
now you can sell it for 360. You make a profit of 50K. Holy shit, it's crazy.
Now, hey, don't tell everybody. Now I have a new strategy. This is great. It's something that's interesting. I was doing Airbnb. I ran into a guy. He was a neurophysicist and he was investing in real estate for like 30 years. What he did is he always bought a home in the first phase of a
Oh
4
yeah.
unit, and then he would rent it out for 2 years and sell it when they finished the phase, and he would always make
That's
40 to 60K.
it's another thing. So let me give you the example of the investment property I got. Actually, one thing as well, there's a lot of people coming to Austin. So sometimes builders have caps on investors. Usually it's 7 to 10% cap.
Okay.
So with this, there are phases, which is amazing. With new builds, usually it's 5 to 7 phases.
Mhm.
So there are these homes that I got in on the first phase and they're doing investors. This is crazy. 4 weeks ago, about a month ago, I got the home under contract for 297. I just had to put 1,400 deposit, just 1,400. I legit spoke to the sales rep right now. The same home is now going for 332 in 1 month.
Wow.
The hell, right?
Dang.
And I mean, with this, home builders also offer a warranty known as a 1 to 10 warranty. That's huge. It's 10 years for structural. That's a warranty for structural if anything were to happen. 2 years for plumbing, HVAC, and electric, and 1 year for craftsmanship. Legit, if my window isn't closing correctly, I can call the warranty guy. It's like, yo, can you help me out with this? Yeah, for sure, because it's warranted for 1 year. As opposed to a resale in a market like Austin, you put a house on the market and one day you're going to get 5, 10 offers. Right there, you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to waive? Am I going to waive the appraisal? Am I going to have to pay the title policy? Usually, title policy, the seller pays it, but you want to be as attractive as possible with the offer. Now you have to up your earnest money. You have to up your option fee, which are 2 fees you need to turn in. And that's looking like $8,000. It's pretty standard now in Austin. So with $8,000, if you leave the deal, you lose those 8,000. With a new build, it's like, dude, 500 to $3,000. You know, it's crazy.
No, it's amazing. There's so many strategies in there. And so that's a strategy that you're going to go on, but like walk us through the thought process to get the 5 to 50 unit. Where do you see the value in that? Where are you going to come up with the money? Is that scary? Like those things that people think about all the time.
Oh, the syndicate, the 10 to 50?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So with this, I joined. You actually interviewed Zach recently. You also I
Yep.
met him at yeah, he's an awesome guy. So I'm on the mastermind with him, and the guy that runs is David Tupin.
Dave Tupin. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, he's awesome.
Savage.
So yeah, he's a killer, dude. And he runs that. So I'm part of that mastermind. I've been learning so much. Also, Adrian Salazar, he's a great guy.
He's coming on tonight in my Facebook group. So yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That's so awesome. He's killing it. So with this, it's going to be syndication and it's pulling people's money. And I'm essentially the general partner. So the person that manages that's the plan for me to be the general partner and get investors and whatnot to give me the money so I can manage a property, renovate it, refinance it, start getting a larger cash flow, and then sell it in 5 to 7 years. That's essentially what the syndication is. So that's definitely my plan, and I've been learning from the best, David, Adrian, and Zach.
So here's a statement I want to make. It's controversial when I make this statement and people get their panties in a knot, but this is a true scenario. This is not how you're going to operate because you like to work. You're 24 now. There's a real scenario where in 6 years at 30, you could retire for the rest of your life. For real. I know you're still going to work. You love to help people, but people make it out to be like it's this magical unicorn. But you are surrounded by the right people. Diego, Felipe Christian have multiple revenue streams. I know you're getting your hands in other businesses as well, and understanding that you probably take on the same mindset I do. 50% of something is better than 0% of nothing. And so I don't need to control everything, but I want to be a part of other people's smart ideas and it matters how much time it takes from me, but I'm all about multiple streams of revenue.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that.
So how many revenue streams do you have currently going right now?
With this, as of now, it's the I just started a Robinhood account actually, and I'm looking into invest into stocks. And as of now, it's only real estate. I do need to diversify, like you said. I I do believe in multiple streams. Well, the real estate side, and then my passive income from my rentals.
And have you heard of tax-free investing out of a overflated life insurance policy?
I have, but I'm not really savvy into.
I got you. Don't worry about it. My financial advisor, he's the one that spoke at the event. He's Ryan.
Oh hell yeah, yeah!
Yeah.
Ryan's awesome.
I'll introduce y'all today, and you can jump on the phone with him. Because
Dude, that would be great. I need to start doing. I've been putting it off.
Here's what's crazy: you can lend your money to other investors and make 8% on your money, tax free.
No mames. Dude, yeah, I need to get on a text with him. If you could introduce us or call him.
What this does, guys, is why have to figure everything out when you can go straight to the source? That's what I tell everybody. Like, I don't want to do spreadsheets. I don't want to do underwriting of multifamily. Yeah. So why would I do that? Because I already know the best operators in the country. Why do I need to go do that for myself? Instead, I'll just partner up with them. Oh, and by the way, one of my coaching clients is one of the number one raisers for multifamily in the country. Why would I don't need to do that. Yeah. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So when you align yourself with these people and you get intentional with your relationships, then you can circumvent, right? These things that you're learning right now in this year and this new year, it's just because you're surrounded by these people that are opening doors, and you only know what you know when you don't know. That's what I tell everybody. And so getting around these people, getting in conversations, getting in scenarios that you're uncomfortable with. Like yesterday, dude, I led a call on Clubhouse, and there must have been 10 people, probably worth north of 5 million, all of them. And I'm leading the call, and I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing? But that's okay, because I'm comfortable in that position, because I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. But to be around those minds, you're opening yourself up to these amazing opportunities.
I love that you said being intentional, because that's so important, being intentional and being authentic. It's so important. Just be yourself. It's such a cliche way to say it, but it's so true.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'm sorry if you blush, because I don't care. I want to brag on you for a minute, because regardless of how much money you make, and regardless how big you get or as many investment properties you get, when I'm around you, it feels pure. Your heart feels in the right place, and that comes off, and that makes me want to do things for you and help you out even that much farther along, because I know it comes from a good place.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. I really appreciate that.
Because you're not trying to be anything you weren't, and you're saying that you're here, and I want to get here, and then I want to get here. But what I'm going to do is, just like Diego, I'm going to throw the rope down and then bring up more people,
Yeah, no, I think I attribute it a lot to my parents, like the kind of the gratitude mindset and just the being humble and all. When I was a kid, I would do a lot of missionary activity in villages in Mexico. And oh my gosh, I learned so much from, people that don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they were legit fighting to have us go eat at their houses. And it's like right now I'm what the hell? Me just having what I have, and sometimes complaining when these people don't have anything. It's just it's insane.
You know what's important about you, and what I found from people that I respect in the investing world, is every dollar has a purpose. Every dollar has a purpose. We're not out here to go get Phantoms and Lambos. Will that come if I want a Tesla? Of course. But every dollar has a purpose, and we're reinvesting it in the business. We're not going, man, I sold 15 houses. Let's hang around and let's just relax. Like, no, let's continue to do more, because I said it this morning on a coaching call. Do you want to help people from a place of strength or a place of weakness? And when you have more, you can give more.
100%.
It's the truth, man. And so as we wrap it up here, if somebody's looking to get into real estate or get into investing or crush 2021, give us your 3 or 4 basic daily habits that you think can take them to the next level.
Oh my gosh, I love this question. You know how big I am on the Miracle Morning? That book really changed my life. Dude. So, start off the day with, you have to start the day before, actually. It's crucial. Start the day before. And I have something that I read all the time that's right here on my visions board. And it's just essentially saying that I've completed all my daily tasks necessary. I'm going to bed tonight at this time, and it's plenty. In fact, people, blah, blah, blah. It's that limiting belief that I need more time to sleep. You do need to sleep, obviously, but a lot of people are like, I need 8 hours. I need 7. So I read this to myself, and then I have to do this more, but I do write some things I'm grateful for once in a while. But then in the end, it's all about having good thoughts about the next day. Sometimes people are like, shit, I don't want to wake up, and that'll go on to the morning if you have bad thoughts. So starts with the day before, great thoughts. And then once you go to sleep, you'll have those great thoughts. I wake up at 4:55 in the morning. I do my bed because I really believe in having small wins in the beginning in the morning, which doesn't really seem like a lot, but it is a win. And you're starting the day off on the right foot. Do that. Then I brush my teeth. From there, I get to the gym like at 5:10 in the morning. An hour of working out. I love working out. I freaking love it. I get home like at 6:20. I take a shower, and on my shower, I have a Post-it that says shower affirmations. So I do affirmations in the shower. Then once I finish, I do 10 minutes of meditating, and then I do affirmations. I write them down, and I have some affirmation on the back of a full focus planner, which I recommend anyone gets that planner, Michael Hyatt's planner. Affirmations, I visualize my goals. And then I scribe, which I didn't like before, but now I really like. Scribing is when you write down what you're thinking. And I write down my top 3 things I have to do, top 3 things I'm grateful for. And I just write down things I'm thinking, which has helped a lot. And with that, Miracle Morning is complete. I would say that I really, really, well, there's plenty of things I attribute success to. My mentors, my family, I love them. People like you that have helped me become a better person. Seeing how you are with people, you're such a personable person and really likable. It's like, dude, I want to be like Austin, he's so easygoing with everyone and all. That's awesome. And then just some mindset and your morning routine. So 4 things: the people you associate with, morning routine, mindset. Let's do those 3 for sure. Are just huge.
Real estate can be taught. Mindset is what unlocks the unstoppable attitude.
With anything, how many limiting beliefs do we have to where we don't think we can do something? Anyone can do anything as long as they have unwavering faith and know that it's going to believe in it's going to happen. If it's like you think you're like, oh, I'm in a good state because I low-key know it's going to happen. No, you need unwavering faith and it'll happen.
No, and water finds its level. But my favorite quote, and I listen to a lot of Jim Rohn, and he says, if you knew where I was headed, you know why I'm up so early.
Yeah, I like it.
So if people want to find out about you, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so on Facebook, Andres Bustamante. On Instagram, it's at Andres Busta, Busta TX. Andres Busta TX. on Instagram. And then also househackaustin.com. That's a blog that Diego and myself do. Feel free to DM me, whatever. I'd love to answer any questions, help anyone out with whatever they need.
Well, dude, I have no doubt that you're going to crush everything that you want to do this year. And I honestly,
Thank you.
The universe just told me you're going to do 57 transactions this year.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get it.
It just hit me. It's like, I can't tell you. I'm a little bit psychic, so.
Oh, shit. Let's do it. Awesome. 57 then.
All right. Well, guys, if you like this episode, make sure you send it out to your friends, and we appreciate y'all for listening.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, Austin.
Thank you for listening to Construct Your Life with Austin Linney. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and pay it forward by sharing with a friend. Most importantly, take this opportunity to start constructing your life by taking immediate action on what you learned. For show notes, resources, and more information on one-on-one coaching with Austin, visit constructyourlifepodcast.com.